What's up guys, today I'll show you how to make a heart of an Immortal. In order to make cardiac muscle contractions look real, we need to make it soft and hollow. I'll use silicon as a material, but first I need to make a mold. I 3D print a heart model. Put several screws in it and harden it with cloth so it doesn't float in the silicon. Also, I sculpt a support plate to lift the heart from the ground. In order to prevent silicon from sticking to the model, I spray my 3D printed heart with a special separator liquid. I pour 8 kilos of silicon into a box sealed with clamps. But then something unexpected happened. I am terrified, my heart is floating. I have about 20 minutes left before the silicon will start to set. Therefore, I need to revert everything to the original position. As up, I saw off a couple of small wooden bars. Then, with the help of self-tapping screws, I attach them to the heart. But the model keeps on and on emerging. It rotates from side to side. So I screw it with a bigger wooden bar and use clamps to fix it. Whew. So, now the heart is secured and I can leave the mold to harden for a day. The mold is probably ready. I take the poly-white box apart, I apply 2 little separator liquids, so I'm having a bit of hard time. I need to cut the mold to get the 3D printed heart. I'll cut it in zigzags, so it is much easier to connect the halves. The result is pretty good. Now I will take the plus sign from the mold. It is stuck tight, but I know how to push it. I need to make a plasticine model in the shape of my future electronics, with a bit of extra space. The heart will be submerged in the water, so I put it in a sealed 3D printed box. Before putting plasticine in the mold, I spray the mold with a separator. Now I fix the plasticine with the needles. I will connect the mold halves back, fixing them with clamps. Mold is ready to be filled with silicon. I painted the silicon red, so it resembles as a real heart. 24 hours later, I had been pleased with the result. But the joy was gone when I cut it and tried to get the plasticine out. After I hesitated for a while, I managed to get all the claw. I got cavity like this. Now it's time for electronics. I'll use Iskra Mini triple amplifier, very powerful power bank for 2000 mAh, a servo which is able to pull 2 kilos, and a small speaker. Soldering time! Now I'll collect electronics inside the case. I glue a red switch to turn the heart on and off. I install a rocker on the servo. At the rocker contact point with the body, there is a rubber ring. I lubricate the joint with the silicone grate. The holes for speakers are covered with film membrane and sealed with an overlay. I put a magnet to look if it works. Nice! I painted the heart with the silicone paint, so it resembles a real one. I will try to put it all together. The electronics model is hard to push inside with effort. That's good. There were holes in the claw that become rubber shields. I pierced them and put the line through. Then I attached it to the rocker. Silicon is durable, so it will do the job. Now the wireless charger. It works only through 5 mm. I'll sew it in right below the hard surface. I warm up the gluing area with a heat gun at a lower temperature. In 10 minutes the silicon sets as if it was never opened. The heart is ready and is waiting for the dive. I pour the water into the flask and mark the level. Next, I immerse the heart in the flask, so that it contacts the water inside. The level has changed, I mark it. Knowing the diameter of the flask and the difference between the water levels, we calculate the volume of water displacement. This will be the heart's volume. It turns out that the volume of the heart is 1.2 liters. It turns out the density of the heart is about 1.16 kilos per liter. Water has a density of 1 kilo per liter, so I use a salt to rise it. I added 6 kilos of salt to achieve the desired density. Exactly what I needed. Heart is in the center of the bulb.